Hello all, long time no update. The development is still going on. This is update for May 2025. Hopefully I will be able to do these updates more often, or I should be. Anyways, working in the menu to be able to, well, select dev or difficulty level, right? Dev is basically the difficulty level will be the distance and the sizes of the solar system and the sizes of the planets and so on and so forth. Currently in dev mode, they're quite small, just so I could quickly investigate them and look at the textures once I get them running. Easy, normal, and hard. Hard will be basically 1-to-1 scale, maybe an insane mode for 2-to-1 scale. I don't know. That would be maybe too crazy. Anyway, so right now only dev mode works, so let's go in. So changes. All planets now have gravity or influence fields, aka gravity. Yeah, so once Mercury right there will pass, this rock straight ahead will move. While that's taking place, the interface will be redesigned further. Still not liking it. There we go. Rock is moving. Whee! Obviously, or not obviously. So more components were added, more ships and stations were added. The gray big station at the back will be the key station for the Earth Alliance. It will be orbiting Earth. The small one, I don't know. Not sure if it'll stay here. Maybe it'll be one of the old stations or whatnot. But the main thing is beyond just working on the stations and so forth, I redid the core module. It will be the first module you will find by which you will be able to connect to all the modules left for not just for you, but that were left in the system that allow you to connect and build up your ship and be able to survive the situation and eventually leave the system. So additionally, worked more on the ship, specifically on the inside, added more details and so forth. The module or the components, mods that you will be able to install. For example, storage, food station, science station, and production station. So if I click on that, that will be, obviously these icons will change. This is just simply an ASCII representation. So a beaker, anyways, so there we go. There's a science station. If I go for a food station, it will install a different station, of course. And then a storage station, obviously resources are consumed by that. I can dismantle them. Eventually, I will work on the ability to add or upgrade the stations to different levels. Additionally, changing the what needs to be produced or stored, right? But for regular production menu, this will show all the items related to that station. So for example, if I'm gonna say I want to produce metal in a given station, we'll start producing it. Obviously still ways to go. Let me dismantle them. We can see resources coming back. Obviously it might change by percentage of that. What else? Change the docking approach. So now beyond the blue queues in the past, by clicking on the given port, you can have sort of a guidance view with regards to that, and the circle itself or the module related to that to the docking port. You can see a representation whether you're on target even if the blue lines are out, so I might just get rid of the blue lines. The key thing is distance. Distance item is one thing that's still missing. It just kind of snaps into a position. Let me click the port over there, and let's dock to the sun module. So theoretically my power currently at 5 should go up to 15 because again solar power. Obviously you will have nuclear reactors like RTGs and things like that, maybe fusion reactors, but I added solar panels because hey, they look cool mainly. let's go out forwards and all that. I removed some of the sound because right now it's just slightly more annoying than anything. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, as you can, not sure if you noticed, but all the planets in the back vanished, partially due to the fact that as you're far away, planets scale up or down. So if the planet is very far away, it scales out, so that way when it reaches the view limit of the viewport of the engine, it's too small to notice, and as such, it will not just pop in, pop out into existence. Beyond that, working on the sun and the solar storm, which I will activate in a short moment. But the main thing is that's sort of the next key thing. Also added hull strength and all that. All parts will have hull strength, and they will be impacted by the solar impacts, assuming you're hiding the planets. Obviously, planets will not rotate this fast or move this fast. Again, this is all pure for dev. So let's activate the solar storm, activating it now. So there we go. We have ETA of about 10 minutes. Of course, this will be recalculated on the actual time, and then there we go. Solar flames are coming out. There will be the core wave. Again, just graphics, still ways to go. So we have the front wave that will impact us. The blue bar down here in the middle should have shown the waves. But there we go. We're now down to 99% health. If I stay within the wave, let's get it. Oops. Let's see if we can 98. Let's get down to like 97 just to be sure that it properly works. Come on. It's very small damage, so that will be changed. But the first one will probably be as that simple. There we go. Now, once we leave the system or the wave, one of the key things, I will need to change the lighting so that it changes from red to obviously white, because again, the red wave is in front of you. The sun is basically stabilizing. One of the key things, again, this is just directional, so that it's just a representation, but the key thing, it will be a shader. So as you can see, when I slide left or right, oh, I got hit, whatever. The rotation, everything else is totally messed up. But the key thing is that they just represent front and the back wave, but the shaders themselves represent the entire scope of that wave, right? So it won't be just a single point. It will be more sort of either a sphere or a wave, similar to the Nexus wave, potentially, or something larger, obviously, because then the question is, why can't you go up? So I need to find some kind of a danger that even going up doesn't really matter. As such, it doesn't really work, and therefore that's where the game is also 2.5D, meaning on a flat plane, though change in the future. So for now, 2.5D, maybe in the future will be full 3D. So theoretically, as I said, planets out in the far system should be there somewhere. So let's see if as we go out, will they scale up? In theory, they should be here somewhere. There we go. See, right there in front of us, way ahead, one of the larger planets. Again, for the purpose of scaling, and that way easy transition when they're out of view, right? So let's go higher speed. Obviously, this will be, I'm not sure which planet this will be. Obviously, the planets will look different in the game in the sense that the planets will be changed by all the ongoing solar storms taking place. Oh, sorry, that was the gravity wave. Got in too close. Is there any other planet nearby? No, that would right there. We can see a little tiny dot over there moving. That's too what you call. Anyways, just started playing the game itself. So ways still ways to go, right? The next thing is working on the planets, getting the atmospheres and whatnot. Again, as I said, it'll be different because of the fact that ongoing storms continuously impact the planets. As such, they themselves would be different, different structures, different view, different representations, different textures, etc. But yeah, so that's still ways to go. And there we go. I think this one is Jupiter. Yeah, with all its moons. Obviously, I'll add more moons. There won't be any rings because the expectation is as the solar storms take place, they will wipe out the rings and some of the smaller moons, etc., etc. Adjust some of the circular damn it, the circles around the planets, the orbits. Jeez Louise. Anyways, so there we go. Still going on, still developing, still ways to go. I might redo the modules for the or the docking areas because they look like now Borg alcoves, specifically on the. Let me go to. Into the longer, larger components, right? They themselves will, well, they look too Borgish, so need to adjust that. Oh yeah, one of the last things is obviously, not obviously, everything is obviously, but is, well, can you mine rocks or slash moons or small planets? Yes, that's sort of in part the idea, but the key thing is finding most of the resources on components. So if I go V, that basically scans the item. We can see that there's 2 metals, 3 eyes, 1 chip within that module itself. Sorry for the noise, it's probably too loud. Need to kind of lower that. Okay. But anyways, so here this one has 5 ore, 4 eyes, 2 bio, and then I can basically consuming it makes it smaller. There will be some animation. Still need to figure out if it's going to be robots exiting and taking the parts and onto the ship, or whether or not it'll be laser effects or whatnot. So that's sort of the key thing, and there we go. It's gone. There's nothing there. Obviously the graphics are still or modules, but you can see that we have 8 ore on board. We have 6 eyes, and whatever else was there. Metal, I think, was the or carbon. Bio, yeah, bio is the carbon now. So need to adjust all that. Anyways, there we go. The station being impacted or being pulled by gravity by the planets. And there's one of the nice things that I'm working on to make it feel is that or similarities is that there will be some docking ports around the station for the construction of other ships, and there'll be like either components for you / other ships parts. Obviously, going on board and collecting all the resources will make the game easy to fix or easy to win. So there will be certain events that take place, obviously, that will certain events that will ensure that you will not be able to do that. You might be able to get very small amount, but yeah, that's sort of the key thing. Beyond that, let's go and yeah, I can disconnect the modules. So there we go. That's still docked with the core module. The main idea is that you will be able to use the core module for your main ship, and your and the ship itself. Will be the part that will drag other components into position, because obviously / not obviously moving ship components with a large mass when you have a massive ship is too difficult. So that's sort of the core idea, is that you will use your ship to pull the components, but the core of that ship, the bridge module or whatnot, maybe that's what I should call it. Yeah, the bridge module will be responsible for managing the resources, so that we can set up production, leave it there, go quickly, pick up something, come back, mine something, etc., depending on the situation. So ways to ways to go. Let's go in through the sun. Whee! There we go. And the gravity pulled me through, and obviously it will be a death scenario and hull damage, etc., Still ways to go, but slowly getting there. Anyways, thanks, and hopefully hear you soon.